Yeah, this is So Busy, representing Stay Busy Apparel, and we up here at the Big and Lazy Podcast.
This podcast was produced by B. Haywood for Confirmed Podcast Network.
This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. Give us something good to eat. Give us something good to watch.
Big and Lazy.
This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. I'm back. I got another special guest, a true friend for over 20 years, late 90s, man. We go back 25 plus. Spud, a.k.a. Mr. Stay Busy Apparel. Welcome back into the set, man.
What's happening, man?
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Appreciate you the love.
Yep.
And you repping it from head to toe,
Always.
man. You fresh, man.
Always.
Every time I see this man, he looks good, man. He just always, fresh, man. OG fresh, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Back in the city. Came to watch the fight last night. Juicy Duncan.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, they starting to come out. The word is out.
It is, man. That event, look, I can't miss the next one. I can't.
Man, you done told me twice.
I can't miss the next one.
You told me one time you was walking him out.
Yeah.
That was in January.
Uh-huh.
And then I just talked to you the other day. You said, you gonna be at the fight? I said, yeah. You said, I'm gonna be there.
I had to go. I work. I'm too old to be called. I'm gonna call in next time. I'm gonna call in, get a little fake sick and go in. But that was a dope event. It was outside. The weather was good.
Yeah, it was.
Man, shout out to Nick. Shout out to Juicy, man. So how was the fight? How long? Give us a little recap of the fight.
Juicy's fight?
Yeah.
He kind of dominated him from start to finish. The first round worked on him, bunch of body blows. Filling him out, see what he could do. And then the second round, I think it was the second, third round. Second round, I'm pretty sure he finished him off.
Oh, okay.
There was some good fights on the card last night, though.
It was, man. It was.
Yeah.
How many fights? How many fights was on the card?
I want to say it was like 9.
9?
Yeah, like 9 fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people came to see who they came to see, but the overall crowd was there for DeMontez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the overall crowd. Yeah.
So he was the headline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that was a dope event,
he got something with, he worked hard, man, and you can see he got talent. He worked hard. The couple of times I done conversated with him briefly, seemed like he focused.
Yeah, he's well, man. He's a good young dude. I interviewed him, and he was, a very good young dude.
Yeah, he did come up here, huh?
Yeah, and he had the work ethic, and he had the confidence. So I think great things in the kid's future.
Yep, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm. They told me they had an interesting story. They said Cincinnati, like people sleep on Cincinnati as the boxing scene, but they say it's some.
I always heard about Cincinnati.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Cincinnati. Some cities like that, Cincinnati, Detroit.
Yeah.
Even Indianapolis always had nice little boxing teams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was news to me, man. He said, you see, you in the gym, a nigga come out fresh out their work uniform, and they come in the gym.
I know. One of the fights, probably like 3 or 4 fights ago, Juicy fought. He fought a dude from Cincinnati, an older dude. Who staggered him early. They thought the Cincinnati dudes was down there thick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They thought they had him. I was even like, ooh, he survived that first round. Came out in the second round, kind of caught his grip, was catching dude with some good body blows, and then I think the third round broke him down.
Uh-huh.
Broke the old dude from Cincinnati down.
Yeah, them body blows will take you out.
Yeah.
Them were slow.
Yesterday, that's what I was noticing in a lot of the fights. The difference, kind of like the clear difference in some of them fighters be the body attack,
Yeah.
Everybody you can't just wing for the head all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the body, they say, get the body, the head will wear down.
Yeah, it is. You get, and that's because they're liver shots, man. Remember when Bernard Hopkins hit Oscar De La Hoya with a clean, put him down, man. That was. And
There was a few of them yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a few of them.
Yeah, them liver shots.
Sent a dude to a knee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Tango hit Ryan Garcia, put him down. So, how you describe the overall state of entrepreneurship, man? I see you one of the biggest entrepreneurs. You've been at it for quite a while now.
Well,
5+ years?
Like I've been doing this for like 8 years now.
Uh-huh.
Starting 18, so 7 years, starting at 18. But what it is what I think with anything, you just got to stick with it. And you got to believe in yourself, because it's hard to go from working a job, getting a consistent check, establishing a consistent way of doing things, to jumping out there being an entrepreneur. And no matter what it is that you're doing, it's going to be rough, and the money might not be steady all the time. So you got to really know how to manage your money until, and that's why so many small business people, I guess they fail because financially, if you can't get the money, you can't get the capital, and you live in month to month, it's kind of hard to start your dreams and even continue with them. You know,
Right.
so
Like you got to stay consistent in anything you do. And I think one of the key points of starting a business early is keeping your overhead low.
yeah,
Like I think a lot of people make that mistake trying to get a physical office space and try to do like you got to keep your overhead under. You know what I mean? Especially when you're starting out, like managing your money, you got to keep your overhead as minimal as possible. Would you agree?
Yeah, but some businesses though you have to have a brick and mortar.
Mm-hmm.
Some business, so it just depends on what you in, because entrepreneurship that covers a lot of ground, that covers a lot of turf. So it just depends on what you into, and everything ain't what I be seeing a lot of times when people be having ideas or visions or dreams. They always reach out to other people. What you think about this? What you think about that? And to me, that's kind of like really a waste of time, because unless I'm reaching out to somebody that's done what I'm trying to do, like you gonna kind of naturally get backlash. Like, oh, you think you should do that? Oh, you think that's gonna work? And all that's planting seeds of doubt in your mind. You already be leery going out on the limb on your own, and then you don't need the people around you not fully. So I just believe you got to if you got to have belief in yourself, and soliciting information or stuff from people that's never done what you're trying to do might not always be healthy. It might even kind of hinder you,
Mm-hmm.
So you got to believe in yourself, and no matter what you're doing, you got to believe in yourself, because it's going to be a lot of times other people going not, and maybe they not hating. Maybe that's not quote unquote hating. Maybe what that is if God gave you the vision to open a restaurant, but you asking me how you gonna pull it off, I don't see it like you saw it. He didn't give me the vision. He gave the vision to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you could be trying to beat me in the head with it, and I don't see what you see, and then it'll be like, oh, he hating. I just don't see what you see. So you still got to have confidence in what you're doing.
Real talk. You can't take constructive criticism from somebody that never built nothing. Like introducing your plans early, like, and letting too many people in. I think that's just like most of the time they creep doubt into it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, man. Like you gotta
cast out, because everybody's not gonna give you the response that you think. And then if you fragile, when a person is trying to give you some information that may help, you ain't gonna take it the right way. So just depends on what you're trying to do, man. Like I said, it's already a tough task, because most people, they work a job, but they got good visions or they got good ideas, and they mind everybody. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people, if you ask them, what would you be doing for a living? They wouldn't be doing what they doing. They would rather be doing something else, But if you got kids you got to take care of, you got a way of living you got to take care of, you got to make sure you got some constant money in, or be willing to get out here.
Right.
Be willing to get out here. And if you're willing to get out here, you got to be willing to go take what comes along with that. So yeah, man, entrepreneurship, on the business and all that, you probably know. You broke most of the time. You stressing most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until you really get it going how you want to get it going. Right. Other than that, yeah.
So you got a message to like a young entrepreneur. It's like, what would you say? What field would you tell them to go to? Maybe they got like 10,000 cash. They got the hustle spirit. Like what would you tell them to do?
I think it depends on that individual, because that individual, I might be like, you probably just need to take 5,000, go to truck driving school, put another 5, set up your business and get on the road and grind. That might not work for the next person. I might could tell the next person to go, start a consulting agency, because it just depends on what business. It's a lot of businesses out there making money though. Trades is making money. A lot of people run from trades, but trades are making money. Heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, and then we always complain that the Hispanics get them jobs. Yeah, because we ain't doing them.
Right.
You know. So it's a lot of different things you can do, especially if you want to kind of like work for yourself. You can go get a box truck. People winning with box trucks right now.
Yeah.
Carrying medical supplies. People winning. It's a lot of ways out there. So it really is not no excuse for you to be out here broke, unless you just don't have no kind of hustle in you at all, because it's just too many ways to make money. You can DoorDash and make $100 a day, and that's if you DoorDash every day and make $100, that's $3,000 a month. That ain't no money, but that keeps you from So
keep the wolves away.
I don't know. It's like I said, everything ain't for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody.
And I think that's a big problem with, I'm not gonna say the black community, like a lot of stuff is frowned upon, but that's a bag, like working a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
ain't nothing wrong with working a job.
You know what I mean? Nothing at all.
My
Like,
whole thing just is, are you doing what you like to do? If you working
Bingo.
at the gas station and you love working at that gas station, that's where you should be working at because you're doing what you love to do. That's what it's about. Too many people not doing what they love to do. And I understand sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But at some point, you know, you can't tell me you're trying to better yourself, but you come home every day. The first thing you do is roll up, get on the computer, scroll all day, all night. How you trying to get better? Because maybe you do got to go work in the daytime, but then when you get off work, okay, maybe you got to eat, maybe you got to put the kids down, but then put that 2 hours that you'll be watching BMF or that 2 hours you'll be watching the show, put that in an online class or something like that to help you get better. You can't say you can't do it. It's always a way. You know, as long as you mentally literate and you not handicapped, I'm not really one for the excuses, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real, because it just ain't no excuse. There's too many ways. If you want to be somebody, you have to really do it. You can't just think about it and think it's going to happen. Oh, I got a plan. Okay, but you still got to act that plan out.
Right.
And that plan probably not going to go how you think it's going to go. So now you're going to have to be able to adjust. And you're going to have to stay consistent. You're going to have to stay focused. And you're going to have to stay pushing and determined, you know, to keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
So be ready for that.
Real talk. Excuses only make the people only satisfy the people that make them, man. I don't want to hear no sob story.
Yeah,
like, it's a million ways to get a bag.
It is.
Uh-huh.
It is. You know, and then what's a bag to you? You know?
They drop a lot of gems, man.
No, I'm just saying,
Real
what's
talk.
a bag? Because to this person, you know, if he make $50,000, $60,000, the way he lived, or his way of living, and he doing something he like to do, that's worth everything. More than this dude over here making $250,000, but he miserable. He working all day, every day, constantly, you know, but he don't like what he doing. That's the main thing. You have to like what you're doing, or at least strive to do some stuff that you like to do.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because you can. So.
And I say to that, like, and another thing with the social media, that's another, because on social media, people only put their highlights. They only they don't show the lows.
Yeah.
They don't.
Everybody's winning on social media. Everybody's winning on social media.
Right. You don't never hear a sad. You might, but it ain't as popular. Like, oh man, I just did. And I learned a lot of them entrepreneurs, like y'all telling people due to illegal shit. Like I said, some of them. And y'all selling courses for it. Like some of that stuff was illegal to do. Like I looked it up. Like it's just kind of.
Well, it's not illegal to sell courses.
Not sell courses, but some of the stuff in the courses they would.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's not illegal to sell courses at all. That's a bag.
Right.
Like.
And what's crazy about selling the courses is most people that buy the course never even watch the course, study the course, take the course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest wastes of everybody go buy the e-commerce book or take the course thinking that they're going to catch the magic bullet in that course. No, he's selling you a course telling you how he did what he did, and it worked for him that way.
Right.
But you and him are two different people. He may be good at going door-to-door salesman. You may not be good at going door-to-door salesman, but y'all still can win. You just got to find out which way works for you. So what I'm saying is, if you're taking a course to learn how to formulate a business, okay, I can understand that. But if you're taking a course to learn how to operate your business, I think you're wasting money. I think the course got to be trial and error.
Right, got to be in you.
Trial and error. I'm saying you got to just get out and think, okay, let me do this. You have a vision. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, it didn't work that way. That don't mean it don't work. That just means it don't work that way. Let me try this way now. Now you just learn what it didn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you either win or you learn, and sometimes you do both.
So how do you feel about gatekeeping? Like, do you think that's a thing in business?
I mean, I know what you're saying, and I understand that. I do believe that. I mean, it's no different than the dude that I may come around. I don't have your number. I say, hey, what's Brandon number? What you looking for Brandon for? He think that for whatever reason we finna hook up or whatever and do something, you know, maybe make some money or make some positive move. So he figure like he not a part of that. Okay, I don't know. I don't got Brandon number. And then I see you a week later, be like, I just asked such and for your number. Oh yeah, I talk to him every day, but he told me he didn't have your number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That goes on, and I think blocking people will block. You know, if I really try not to focus on that type of stuff though, because that's giving yourself an excuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, he gatekeeping on me. And what does that mean?
Right.
He's stopping you from doing what you need to do. So then you can't, that's one of the obstacles you might go through. So you got to overcome that somehow or give up. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? Either try to overcome the obstacle or give up, but don't make excuses. Do one of the two.
And I think gatekeeping is really, I ain't gonna say phased away, but since, you know what I mean, these are high-powered satellite phones, man. They got AI, like, information is at our fingertips. So, man, you gotta quit making excuses. Like, everything you might want to know, whatever business, life questions you can ask, get references or books or sites that you can read up on, man. That's what I've been doing here lately. Like, I've been picking up books, man. Like, I had to write something the other day, and I'm all, you know what I mean? When's the last time you actually wrote something? I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, just, I ain't gonna say struggling almost, but like, I got back to writing, and you know what I mean? I've been reading books and like writing like every chapter, write a couple sentences.
If you look up, most of the wealthy people in the world say they read 50 to 60 books a year.
Yeah.
They don't have time for TV. They don't have time to scroll. They don't have time to follow series. Not that that's a bad thing for the people that do. I'm just saying, when you trying to get somewhere else, you know what I mean? When you trying to get somewhere else, you have to outwork the competition. And everything we doing, there's competition. You got a heating and air conditioning business. There's 20 of them around.
Right.
You got a lawn care business. There's 40 or 50 of those around. You got to outwork them. What's the difference between you? They ain't gonna work on Sundays. Okay, I will. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get to where you're trying to get to. Other than that, just make the excuse, man, and give up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Real talk. Because there's competition everywhere. Like,
right. You got to outwork it. So you can't, some people, it's cool to want to win, but it's better to hate to lose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to win. Everybody, oh, yeah, I want to win. But okay, what work you going to put in to win?
Yeah.
If you know you need to get $10,000 for this program, this class, this whatever it is, are you willing to sleep in your car for 2 months while you hold on to every dime you make to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you willing to do that? You not? Okay, then you want to win, but maybe you don't hate to lose, because the dude that hate to lose, he going to do whatever not to lose. I got to sleep in my car for 2 months while I stack this money. Don't eat ramen noodles every day, drink a bottle of water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what he trying to do to get that. That's what I got to do to get that 10. Okay, I'm at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you laughing at, he was sleeping in his car. Woo, okay, now he over here doing what he was destined to do.
Right.
So
he made those sacrifices, man. It's some sacrifices, you got to make. I'll pay for it later. So I'm gonna ask you, are you familiar with, I know you're familiar with it, like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies?
Yeah.
Are you
Do I have any?
Yeah.
I got a little bit. I got a couple dollars in a couple of things just because you got to play the game,
Yeah.
But I don't study it every day. I did it in a situation where I bought couple of things, and then I don't pay it no attention. If it, one day if somebody be like, oh, I know what they are.
Yeah.
I know the 4 or 5 that they are, and I don't have a whole lot of money in it.
Right.
A few dollars, but you have to at least
try it. Yeah, at least,
because I remember. It's funny because you asked me about Bobby, and what's crazy is, I don't remember the year, but I know it was early. It might have been 15, 16, 17, 2015. And he asked me, hey, you ever heard of Bitcoin? I was like, no, I hadn't heard of it. And that dude's a borderline genius.
He is.
I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah.
He's a borderline genius. Anyway, he's like, watch that and then call me back. So I remember I watched it probably a couple days later. I watched it and I was like, I mean, it sounds cool, but to me, money is backed by something.
Yeah.
So I remember calling him saying, I don't know. I don't know what that's backed by. I don't know enough about it. But at the time, I think it was probably like $200 a coin. Now, my disappointment in him is you knew about it.
Yeah.
Why you didn't put something in it?
Yeah.
You knew about it. You didn't put something in it. Let me get 3 or 4 coins.
Yeah.
Because, they say most people in stock, the people that are mentally successful in stock, they buy products they use. So if you buy Goodyear tires, you invest in Goodyear tires.
Right.
If you drive Buicks, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the confidence in those products because you use them. I would hope you do, right?
Right.
So most people, I heard a lot of, stock market people be like, buy the products that you buy.
Right.
Invest in the products that you buy. I don't have no stocks. I did it one time for a little bit, but I'm too emotional to be sitting there watching. You know what I mean? I'm too emotional for that. So I don't really get into that.
And I tell people to ask me, like, here and there stock advice. It's like you say, buy stuff, Coca-Cola, Apple, like the no-brainers. You know what I mean? Just forget about it.
But that's what it is. You got to be in it for the long play.
Yeah.
You can't be looking at it like, let's get rich in 6 months. Nah, you got to look at it like, okay, in 10 years, what is this little 20,000 I put in going to be now? You know what I'm saying? I got some Apple, I got some Coca-Cola, I got some McDonald's. That's stuff that's going to slowly, but it's going, so other than putting it in the bank, because you put it in the bank, you're just going to withdraw it.
Right. I just had sat there with no interest. So did you see the housing market being what it is now?
Where? Here?
Yeah, like it's in period. Like it's like crazy. Like it's
people that know real estate, and I'm not saying that I know real estate, but people that know real estate understand that there's never really a 10 to 20 year where the market goes down. Like with real estate is like everything else. When the product go down, then that's when you buy it. You know what I mean? When it go back up, that's when you let me cut this phone off, man.
What do you think, man? I always buying the dip.
Huh? Yeah,
always buying the dip.
You got to win at the buy. That's what they call it, win at the buy. You got to win at the buy. Because
I was heavy. I ain't gonna say heavily, but I was into real estate investing right before COVID.
Right.
And every offer that I put in, I'm trying to buy out. I got outbidded, but over the price. I'm like
way over.
Yeah,
not just like $4,000 over, like 12,000 over.
Yeah, 12, 15,
it was like
20.
That. It was like that when I first moved to Houston. When I first moved to Houston, it was like that. I got a friend, she a real estate agent. She was like, man, these people offered. The house was on the market for $380. They bought it for $417.
Right, like
for real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I remember that. During the pandemic.
And I started looking it up. It was that big Blackstone. It was the big Wall Street investors.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
BlackRock, Vanguard. Yeah, it's a few companies like that. They go around, they buy up all the real estate. That's why they still see stuff getting built, and they buy it up in these groups, and to control the housing market. That's the game they play.
It is, ain't it?
So here, this be my thing.
Go ahead.
With any of that, people complain about who's in the office, what government's in control. You just got to figure out there's a win for somebody. Okay, let's just say Trump. You mad, you don't like Trump. That's all, that's fine and dandy. But whatever his way of running things is, people be like, oh, he only did that so him and his people can eat. Okay, well then gamble with his people. If they put 100,000 on 3, you put your little 4,000 on 3.
Right.
Bet with the people then.
Right. Use those laws to your advantage. Lose those tax breaks.
Exactly. Use whatever he put there. Don't complain every day about, man, this dude. Because ain't nothing you going to be able to do for that for 4 years. Once again, quit complaining. We live in a real complaining era right now. You know that, right?
We do.
Boo-hooing is at an all-time high right now, man.
About everything.
Got to complain about everything. Quit complaining and just get out here, put your head down, and grind.
Ain't nobody coming to save you.
Ain't nobody coming. And why should you want somebody to come save you?
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to be able to be like, man, it was rough. I had to do what I had to do, but I did that. I know that helped you mentally. That helped you deep down in your gut. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah, man. I knew people was kind of lost when they was complaining that Trump didn't pay no taxes. I'm like, why are y'all upset that somebody beat the system, man? Why? You should be learning how to finagle some taxes.
From what I'm understanding, with his tax things, all he be doing is be utilizing the laws that they put there.
Right.
Like I think they said he buried his wife on a golf course, and now that golf course is tax-free now.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with that? If that's the law that they created,
right?
Why is he wrong for playing that game? Why didn't you play that game?
Right.
Go bury your wife on the golf course.
Right.
Now your golf course is tax-free.
And a lot of those goes with debt and credit, like, because there ain't no tax on debt. You can't, you know what I mean? And you got your money hid. It's laws.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I be like, if you trying to better yourself, instead of coming home, rushing home to watch whatever it is that's going to entertain you, they got books that tell you all this stuff. Money Mechanics. There's a book that called Money Mechanics that literally will show you how the system of money is being ran through, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you can either decide to get in with that or keep trying to buck that. That's on you, though. Some people be like, okay, this is the way it's going. And what I was saying when you were saying about the housing market going to go, it's going to start here. It's going to go up. It's going to drop. It's going to go up. It's going to drop. It's going to go up. And then after 20 years, now the up is way up here and the drop is still higher than when it was 15 years ago.
Right.
So, if you hold out, you buy a house $175,000 10 years ago. Now that house might be worth $425,000. You didn't take no loans out on it. You ain't borrowed against it. You just been paying the note and paying extras, and now you got a nice piece of asset right here.
Right. So the California, you grew up in California, and I be seeing the houses out there.
Everything in the Bay is $1 million.
Really?
Everything, ain't nothing less.
Even the hood?
Even the hood.
$1 million?
Yeah, because it ain't the house. It's where the house is located.
Yeah.
It's in Silicon Valley, man. That's prime location. There's people there. There's 24, 25-year-old techies that make $300,000.
Yeah.
So they run the price of that stuff up. You know what I mean? The rent, the everything. It's ridiculous.
Damn. So you ain't
go ahead.
You ain't find nothing in the hood under $1 million. I'm talking about
you might find something ran down that you can remodel for $800,000, $900,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying for on average, just be ready to spend $1 million to live in the Bay Area.
Right.
Yeah. That's why, a lot of people migrate out. They live out in the Valley, Modesto, Stockton, Tracy, Las Vegas. They move out. But then you got to commute 2.5, 3 hours of work every day to come to work. And who want to do that?
Right.
So,
it's a hell of a drive.
Once again, man, it's all about just being happy.
Yeah.
Getting you in a situation in your life where you're happy. Because trying to be happy, I can't live your life and try to be happy. It's already, I might as well do me. Everybody else is already taken. There's already a branding. I don't need to try to do branding. Right?
Right.
Brandon look happy at what he doing. Let me go try to do what Brandon do and see if that's going to make me happy. No, Brandon's happy because that's what makes Brandon happy.
Right.
It really be simple, man. We complicate it. A lot of this stuff really be simple. We just really complicate it.
Yeah. So you done lived all over the country. So what?
See how you put it?
I'm saying you just, Cali, Louisville,
That's a fact.
So what would you say is the best place you call home? Like what's...
It's certain places for different reasons.
Yeah.
Right? Like right now I live in Houston. I like Houston because of some of the opportunities of the things that I'm doing is good for me in Houston, right? Because I'm doing a little real estate, so to buy some of the property that I'm buying and doing what I'm doing is good for me. It's a city where there's a lot of us, and we appear to be winning. You know what I mean? So pushing the clothing line down there, it kind of helps me for that. Geographically wise, right here, ain't nowhere in the United States you can get to as many places as you can in 4 or 5 hours than Louisville.
Real talk.
Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati, Columbus, St. Louis, Nashville. You can get to all these places in 4 or 5 hour drive, not flight, drive.
Real talk.
Prime location here. A lot of my best years was spent in Chicago. I lived in Chicago from like 93, 92 to like 99. I really like Chicago. In the summertime, June, July in Chicago, ain't nothing like it. October in Chicago, ain't nothing like it. Right before it get cold. I
got to go up there in October.
I saw you on a plane coming up down. Remember?
Yeah, you did. We did bump in Chicago. But that was in the summertime.
We was coming back from there.
Yep.
You remember that?
Coming from the sky?
Yeah, we got on the plane in Chicago. Remember?
We got on the plane in Louisville.
Nah, we was going.
Did. Yeah, okay,
we coming from Chicago
to Louisville.
To Louisville.
Okay, yeah. So
you on the plane, you in the back tuck. I'm like, dude, what's up? Yeah.
Chicago is a good city, man. I love Chicago.
It get a bad reputation because of the violence. It is a real violent place, man. For in those communities, and it's a sad. I don't know the politics there enough to know what needs to be done. I just hope that one day they can slow it down at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it just be ridiculous, but. For the rest of that the people in Chicago, the mentality that you have to live in Chicago. Okay, it's a blizzard going outside, but I still got to get up and go to work. I'm still going to go kick it at the little spot and have fun. You know what I mean? With all this going on, they tough-minded people. Like the average person in Chicago is a tough-minded person. And they good at persevering the situations because it's a lot of situations. But I love Chicago. Good food. Good place to visit. The lake the Magnificent Mile is magnificent. You know what I'm saying? The north side is cool. Some of the suburb city is cool. I love Chicago.
Yeah, I've been to Chicago quite a lot.
That's where LaRon was born.
It was?
Yeah, LaRon from Chicago.
Ah, okay. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, LaRon from Chicago.
So, did you see Trump pardon Larry Hoover?
I saw that. And then I've seen, the other stories that go along with that.
Yeah.
That, it's freedom from the feds, but he still got state time to do. So I don't know, I've seen people like, he got this, and I don't know what's official, but I guess I'm sure on Trump's behalf it was a play, some kind of play.
It was.
But if it any way at all helps him, then that's good.
Yeah. But now he got 200 years state. He pardoned the federal time, but
right. But okay, so by him pardoning the federal time, do that mean he go from being at AP Supermax in Colorado underground 23 hours and 1 hour down, or do now he go to the state prison and he kind of got a little general population action? He can breathe a little bit better. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just saying, even if it's just that, then I guess that got to be considered a win when it was just this. But hopefully, for a person. Okay, it's never good to take nobody's life, but if he's responsible for taking a life, like they say, he's been in jail, since the 70s?
Right.
You know what I mean? Sheesh. But we know what that's all about. It's political. We know what it's all about, so we're not going to be fools. But, I guess, of course, and what Trump did it for a reason. Somehow he want to get some brownie points somehow. Somehow it's a benefit to it.
Yeah. The little nod, and they say he did it for the nod in the black community, but...
Is that what it is? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he did it for that over here, and then he squeezed one of his people out the back door. Okay, now I'm going to pardon you. Y'all can't complain. I pardoned him.
Yeah.
I pardoned him. Yeah, but he got out. He didn't get out. You never know, though.
Right.
You never know.
So you said the federal Supermax is underground in Utah?
Nah, not in Utah, in Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Because Gene Deal, him, the... Puppy's old security. He was talking about the night Biggie died. Somebody called him from that jail. He said he got one phone call a day, and he called me and said they getting Biggie tonight.
Damn.
Yeah, so he I don't know if you heard that story, but Gene Deal. He was,
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about now. It went blank. Yeah, I know you're talking about Gene Deal.
Yeah.
He got a little show. He be talking about. Yeah. Okay.
You think Puffy's done?
I don't know, man. I really haven't watched none of the stuff, but I be see the little clips or whatever. And one day it looked like, they doing good. I don't know. I haven't heard yet any reason for him to go to jail. Now, if he been beating up on people, okay, that's cool. That's not cool, but I'm saying that's fine. But for what they trying to say, a RICO or whatever like that, I don't see where that's coming in at. But maybe it's by the way he was going about what he was going about. But I
don't see it either. I think it is. It's like some freaky motherfuckers he's getting.
Maybe that's the way they have fun, and maybe he do get a little aggressive, and maybe, he have abused his authority like most people would. So, yeah, if he got to do some time to pay for that, or if that's got to be his punishment, then, it would be anybody else's punishment. But far as what I'm talking about, they making it seem like, because I'm thinking, remember when he first got in jail, didn't they say, 250 people came forward or something like that to file civil suits? Yeah, right then I was like, 250 people. First of all, an exact number of 250.
Right.
And then coming out saying what now? That he sexually assaulted them, cut it out. Any woman that he didn't have sex with now can say he sexually assaulted me. So you don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what not to believe.
Right. I think it's, and like you said, I ain't really been, because I don't really want to see a black man's demise, so I'm not tuning in, watching the trial.
Especially if it's not organic, if his demise isn't organic.
Right.
Like what I mean is if it's some stuff that's being fabricated to bring him down for a certain reason, then that's some BS.
Yeah, if you did your crime, you do some shit you don't do, but it seemed ain't nothing wrong for being a little freaky. Maybe he starved his daughters out, he did his but it's all legal.
Business. That's the record business.
Yeah, it's the business.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, but so dating in 2025, man, how would you rate it? How's it?
Look,
are you a single man?
Yeah, but I don't do a whole lot of dating.
Yeah.
It look rough.
Yeah.
I know women be out there saying it's rough for women. I think it's rough for everybody.
Yeah.
Because when you older, you kind of who you gonna be. When you younger, you still kind of figuring it out. So saying that to say, if I date a woman my age, she's who she's gonna be. Hopefully she fit like a glove because she's who she gonna be and she ain't doing no bending. And then if I date somebody younger, hopefully, those issues won't be. It's rough, man. I would think it's rough. I would just, and then especially with these things right here, man, it's just rough. And
it is, because back in the day, a chick had to leave the house to get some compliments and likes. maybe go to work, go to the gas station.
Yeah. You had to be
dolled
outside.
up,
You
go
really
to
had
the
to be
club.
outside. You had to, you had to be outside with all the shit on, man. You know
A
what I'm saying?
person can be, and guys too, that they can be at home
Yeah.
feeling down. They gonna go back
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks when they had, the fresh fit on and get 100, like, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like that false dopamine that we get, man. I think that's just you think you got more options than you don't, but
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's why. Look, I got a couple of friends, and from time to time they'll vent about, man, I'm ready to leave her, and I'll be like, whoa, don't be in no hurry, because don't jump out of the frying pan into the fire.
right.
You know what I mean? Because she was saying all of that while y'all was just chit chatting, but the minute it get real, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you've been dealing with a person for a while, and oh, okay, I just know she gonna do this, or she gonna do a little bit of that, or she gonna do a little bit of that, but you don't know. You don't want to run from one situation that you think is bad to a situation that's horrible.
Real talk. Say the grass is greener where you water it at.
Exactly. Yes, raggedy out here, boy.
Yeah, I don't give the relationship advice though, man. I don't
either.
I swear
don't. Only, like I said, that's only a couple of dudes I know. When they come to me with that, I just be like, I'm gonna listen to them vent and all that because they the homies. But then in the end, I'm like, well, if I was you, make that evaluation
right,
real, thorough, because don't just think when you jump back outside it's sweet. You ain't 27, 28 no more.
Man,
you know what I mean? It ain't
39
sweet.
with a bad back.
Yeah, 45. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't give relationship advice either. I don't get nobody's relationship. That ain't me.
And anytime I always say, but do you though? That's what I do. But you got to do you. That's what I always end it with.
Yeah.
But just take that shit with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah. If you just ask my opinion, I give you my opinion. But remember, it's only my opinion because you asked.
So let me ask you this. Me and my buddy was talking about this. And I said, if I see my homie's girl out fucking around on him, I'm not gonna tell. How you feel about it? I'm on some old like that's not none of my business.
That's a fact.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
That's how
we're not kids no more.
So here's what's gonna be unfortunate about that, no matter how you look at it. So depending on your homie and how his mannerisms is, if he find out later on you knew his girl was tricking and you didn't tell him, he might feel a way about that. Right?
Right.
Okay. You can't win in that situation no matter what. If you don't say nothing, okay. If you do say something, now you tell your homie his girl tricking. Now you really kind of just alienated yourself out the situation now.
Right.
Because how do you come back around? You know what I'm saying? Even though now they done got back together.
Yeah, right.
They done got back together. Now you the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that before a long time ago. I came home and told one of my buddies, I said, hey, look, little chick I was messing with told me, don't tell her that I told you, but told me that, and then they got into it and his girl was like, well, don't come to me with it if you ain't going to tell me who said.
Uh-huh.
Did that to me. You know what I'm saying? He did. He told me that she told him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So I was like, nah, I ain't doing that no more. So I'm kind of gonna side with you. Yeah. I'm probably not now. I'm probably gonna tell her, you dirty. I saw you.
Yeah.
You might need to say something to him. You know what I mean? I might make her stick her own self.
Right.
You feel me? I'm gonna get somebody got to tell him because this is, especially if it's messy.
Because I done told this story before. It was I was in the middle of some doing shit. So me and my buddy, we exchanged stories. So buddy A tells me a story, but these two buddies, they don't know each other from a can of paint. Right. They just know each other through me. So he's telling me about whoop whoop, and I'm like, damn. I told him right on the phone, like that's my nigga's bitch.
Right.
He said, damn, man, whoop whoop. I said, I gotta tell him. So I sat on this for about 2 or 3 days. So I told him, it was all messy, bro. Like you said, they back together.
You can't come over no more.
Yeah, I didn't fell out with friend A.
Yeah.
That was a good, and don't lie, he died. And we weren't talking because of that bullshit.
Yeah. That's why I said never. That's why I say it's almost an unfortunate situation to be in because you kind of can't win anywhere it go.
Yeah, and I went back over a time or two, But
it don't feel the
she
same.
was just staring at me.
Yeah, it don't feel the same.
Yeah, it's all
don't feel the same. The comfortability not there.
Right.
You know, you know that it's something. They know this. Every time you're around, it might be a little uncomfortable. Yeah.
It was just tension, boy. You could cut that shit with a knife. So I said never again. Like, what happened? You back with the bitch? You know what I mean?
Right.
I lost a friend. No lie, we died. We weren't speaking because that bullshit.
That's crazy.
We ain't spoken like it was going. He died in 2020. So we ain't spoken like 2 years off of the back of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I don't know if he. But my thing is though, I don't know if it was just some hoes. Why you falling out with your nigga? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like different strokes with different folks.
Yeah, like I told you, everybody built different.
Yeah. So the NBA Finals is coming up, man. Who do you got?
I think for a basketball fan, I think that it's going to be a pretty good series. I think it got the potential to be a pretty good series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oklahoma's probably the favorite. They're a little deeper. They're a little longer. But Indiana, you got to remember, they was building all last year. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. There's no one-year hit thing. They've been putting this together a couple of years, and they know how to play together. And it seems like nobody over there is worried about being the man. It don't seem like it. Don't seem like Halliburton worried about being labeled the man. Siakam don't worry about being the man. Miles Turner, you know.
The niggas out there just hooping. Whoever
just hooping.
They
just hooping. You know what I mean? And that always makes for good basketball right there. OKC, of course, SGA going to give you 30. You got 30 coming. You know what I'm saying? And then they got some other dudes, the Jalen Williams dude, Chet Holmgren. You know, they got
a squad. Yeah,
they got a squad too. So I'm kind of excited to see. And it start, what is that, Thursday, right? June 5th on my birthday.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
This is the number one offense and the number one defense.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so that even makes it better.
And since January 1st, they number one and number two in NBA records in the NBA. Like
I know, and that's what I was trying to tell people before the playoffs. The Pacers been playing good basketball the last couple months.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I mean? If you watch it, you know what I'm saying? And even though I don't sit up and watch all the games, but I watch, the scores, and I watch SportsCenter enough to hear, the Pacers done won 9 out of 13. The Pacers done won, and then I'm watching going, okay. But then I got to remember, last year they was in the Eastern Conference Finals, you know? So they've just been building up this, and then Rick Carlisle's a good coach.
He is.
They got a good coach. And then when they get it home, they got that crowd is nuts. Both of them got like real college atmosphere gyms. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma City, everybody's in there. Most of the time they all got on white T-shirts. Everybody look, like you coming to fight us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Like
when you like at a high school game.
Yeah.
It ain't no celebrity row where everybody's worried about who's there. It's people coming to watch basketball. So I kind of like that. But, as a ratings thing, I'm quite sure it ain't going to be one of the best ratings. You got Oklahoma City, you got Indianapolis, but we'll see.
And this is the thing. We were this close to getting OKC when they moved from
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I think if the Yum Center was there.
I remember that.
They weren't going to play in Freedom Hall.
Nah,
they wouldn't go out the fucking Freedom Hall.
Because they left Seattle.
Yep. Seattle. Yep.
They left Seattle. They went to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Speaking of Oklahoma City, man, they draft extremely well. They draft.
You see how many first-round picks they got over the next years? Not only that, some of the trades they done pulled, the trade to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the trade to get when they traded away Paul George, they got like 7, 8 number one picks.
They did, man.
Something ridiculous. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me exact, but I know I seen something a couple of weeks ago, and it just was showing how many because they were saying.
I think they traded Westbrook and got a nice haul.
Yeah, because they were saying they would be a good team to try to go after Giannis because they got a lot of picks and stuff. And I'm just saying, when they showed the picks, I was like, damn. And it was like from Paul George. So I was like, they fleeced
Paul George built both of the teams. Paul George.
Man.
Yeah.
And I like the PG too, though, man.
I did, man.
I thought PG was pretty good till he started getting hurt a lot. When he was over there with the Pacers, PG had game to me.
He did.
He was like one of the top 5, top 10 players in the league to me.
He was going at LeBron 2 years in the league. Yeah, that was
when the Pacers were playing the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
They just could never get past LeBron.
Right. He was hooping out there. I think when he broke his leg, remember the USA?
But he came back that next year. And that's what made me be like, dang, he broke his leg like that. And he came back next year balling. I was like, he different.
Yeah, he is. So, do you think the NBA game is going more international?
It is. If you look at it, most of the top players now
6 straight MVPs.
Yeah, most top players because they more well-rounded, man. They know, and then they've been playing up. Over here, we play down. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
We play down over here. They play up. Luka been playing against men since he was 13, 14 years old.
Right.
He been playing against men. Over here, we trying to make a 14-year-old play 12 and under.
Dude, I referee basketball. You see some of them tournaments, the dude dead ass, bro. Like, you got 6th grade girls playing against 3rd and 4th grade girls. Like,
right.
We should really be in. He can whisper to me, we should really be in the 5th grade tournament. Like, y'all beating these. It's like the score was like 80-1. Like, yeah, like what are you getting out of this?
How do you get better like that mentally? You know, so I mean, it was just over here. When I lived in Indianapolis, I know dudes that literally held their kids back in school for basketball. 6th grade, 5th grade. The word was hold back. Hold back.
Yeah.
Hold back. Nah, man.
The first person, it was a guy at Westport. Yeah, the guy at Westport. He said, I'm failing 8th grade. It was my first. I'm an 8th grade. I'm like, bro,
right.
I'm failing 8th grade on purpose. I'm like, for what? So I can be ahead of my class when I go to high school next year. I'm like, what a year out. I was like, you serious? Like, he was smart and everything. Yeah. I'm like, dude, why you not doing that?
Yeah, I know a couple of dudes in Indianapolis. A couple of dudes actually held their kids back in the 6th grade or the 7th grade. Something like, well, if you do it early, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna socially hold my son back to repeat a grade just so he can be ranked, you know, in basketball or sports, period. I ain't finna do that.
I think that's a cheesy way out, man.
But if that's how they feel like they do it, you know, I ain't finna do that.
Shabazz Muhammad was 2 years, almost 3 years older than his high school. When he got to the NBA is when he got And
my boy Roy used to, shout out to my boy Roy. Roy used to always tell me about Shabazz Muhammad because he played in Vegas. Roy ref in Vegas. He kind of really into the basketball circles out there.
Yeah.
And he had been telling me about Shabazz for the longest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Box.
That's what's up, man. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, man. Now we get to the meat, but stay busy, man. We just grinding right. What we doing right now is just trying to lock in our marketing and our branding. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you think about certain brands, when you think about Apple, you just think naturally technology. If I told you, man, they got a new Apple car, you think it's gonna have all the bells and whistles. When you kids, you say McDonald's to a kid, they smile. McDonald's sell happiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you have to create the story and be what you trying to promote. Right? So we promoting staying busy, staying active. We promoting no matter what you're trying to do. If you're trying to elevate in whatever it is you're trying to do, you have to consistently stay at it. Because like we was talking about earlier, it's not going to just happen for you. Even luck is when opportunity meets preparation, but you still have to be prepared.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You got to be prepared to even get lucky in these days, you know, so we're trying to keep the online presence going. We're trying to get more into sports. Like you see, we're messing with the boxers. Got a couple soccer players. Got a couple leagues that wear my brand. Stay busy athletics. You know, trying to eventually get into NIL. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do everything I like doing because this is what I like to do.
Right.
You know, won't be probably next year. We'll probably be able to generate $1 million a year. I ain't said profit $1 million a year. I said generate $1 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And that goes from when I just
people don't understand profit margin.
Yeah, because even if I generate $1 million a year, I may, as the company owner, really not make no money or profit out of that. But do I got the lights still on? Are we still running? Are we still up and more? Do we still got the people in position to keep going? Because then 1 year it's going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it's going to elevate, like with anything. So it's just about staying consistent and staying at it. But yeah, man, I believe in the next couple of years we're gonna be generating $1 million a year, which is cool. I think we're gonna be more into sports. We're gonna be expand more. You know, I got a lot of plans that I got going on, and it's just about, like I said, getting the promotion and the marketing team to execute that. You got to have a team. You know, you can't. Nobody's gonna win the championship by themselves. Even a tennis player got a coach, got a trainee. He
got a water boy.
They got a team. Everybody has a team. You know, so just building up a solid team and staying in it, man. You know, everywhere I go, people like what I'm doing. They like the story. It's just about building up an organic fan base. I'm not so much concerned with being an influencer-based brand, because then that's that microwave success. It's cool. It can get you hot, but I'm trying to be around. That's what I want to do the rest of my life. I want to push this brand. I want to travel the world pushing, you know, because it's what I like to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. So that's, you know, as long as, like I said earlier, as long as you're doing what it is you want to do, you somewhat winning. Yeah, now do you want to monetize it and allow it to take care of the way you live? That's, you know, that's the grind that we in right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you ever been do you got any sponsor any basketball teams?
And
I know the Dirt Bowl was looking for sponsors.
Was they?
Yeah,
See, that's funny because about 4 years ago, when I started the athletic function, I got dudes that got youth basketball teams, and I was at them like, "What's up, man? Let me sponsor the uniforms." Oh man, I'm waiting for this email back from Nike. I'm waiting for this word from Adidas. Okay, cool. But then, as soon as I go to Columbia and I get down with the whole soccer league over there, these dudes, "Oh man, why you should have told me?" I would have, "Nah, you don't remember? I did ask you. I asked you first."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it always take you to have to get away from your area to be accepted for your value. The same bottle of water that you go get out of Kroger's for $1.89 is $6 at the airport. It's $8 at the baseball game.
Right.
So location matters. Sometimes if you ain't where your value is at, you got to go to where your value is at.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So being the fact that I'm trying to push a global brand, my brand is on 4 or 5 continents. I'm trying to be on all continents. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so my buddy, I got a buddy named Eric. He live in Kampala and in Uganda. And we got some basketball stuff in the go on out there. You know, over there, kind of like where he's at is the region where like Serge Ibaka and them from, right? Mm-hmm. It's just a bunch of tall, you know, the people get tall over there. Right. So he's over there and they got a little basketball thing going on. And next year I'm finna go over there and you know, sponsor the uniform, be a part of the whole mix, you know? Uh-huh. That's what I like doing, man.
That's what's up. And you say, what area is this?
In Uganda, in Africa. He's in it's called city called Kampala. He's in Uganda. I haven't been there yet, but I'm going.
Have you been to Africa at all?
I haven't been to Africa at all.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
that's what's up, man.
I haven't. I can't get past Medellin, Colombia.
Oh, yeah? How's it down there?
Man.
Is it like the passport bros say? Is it like, I be seeing, you know, people go overseas to find
Okay, I'm glad
their wife or love.
What's wrong with to these females out here? What's wrong with a passport, bro? What's wrong with a bro having his passport? What's wrong with that? Tell me, they'll be like, "Oh, you just going over there? I gotta go all the way across the world for a woman,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's just I like the way of living over there. I like how the people are happy. The weather is good. The cost of living is affordable. The people are happy, man. You know, they a lot of people live within their means. Of course, you know, they starting to be Americanized like everywhere. But they, you know, people not over there driving 5 cars, 3 cars, 2 motorcycles. You know, they live within their means, but they're happier people. You know what I mean? I think happiness is the most underrated emotion there is. I think because not nobody, but most people are not striving to be happy. They're striving to be wealthy, thinking that's going to make you happy. And in some situations, if that's the kind of person you are, maybe it will. But most people just want to be happy. You know, I got a buddy who was telling me it's an area over there called Beijing. And he's like, and I'm asking him, I'm like, man, what's going on in that area? Oh, man, you ain't no need for you to go over there, man. You know, you don't want to go over there. People this, that, and this, that. So the guy that I deal with, Wellington, shout out to Wellington Cano too. He got family over there. Mind you, me and Wellington don't speak no English. I don't speak no Spanish. A little bit of Spanish. I speak this much Spanish, right? Not enough for me and him to have a conversation, but we just share and translate on the app. Yeah. So we get over here where he's at in Beijing, where my man's telling me, oh, man, you don't want to go over there, man. We have a ball. We playing dominoes. They cooking food. I'm buying ice cream for the kids over there at the ice cream truck, you know what I'm saying? And fruit, mangoes, and you know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, we over there for about 4-5 hours having a ball. Man, now, once again, I can't understand a word they saying, but you don't have to. See, at some point in time, even if you can't speak the language verbally, you can speak it mentally and emotionally. Yeah. You know, it's like almost like I knew when we was playing dominoes, because they pretty good at dominoes. A couple of people I was playing against, when we playing dominoes, I can feel the emotion of him saying 25, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I can feel, even though he's speaking in his language, man. We had a ball over there. I get back, I tell my buddy, man, the next day, man, I was in Beijing, man. I was like, man, I had a ball over there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So was it like supposed to be like the project, like the slums?
Kind of like, I won't just call it the slums, but it's definitely an area where most people don't make really that much money, and it's some despair over there. You know what I mean? And if I wasn't with this dude, there ain't nowhere I'm just gonna go on my own. Especially if I don't speak Spanish. If I spoke Spanish, I'd feel comfortable everywhere over there because the people are generally good.
Yeah.
Now, if you over there, you draped out, you got all the shit on, you looking like food, they're going to get you in the West End like that.
Yeah.
They're going to get you on the south side of Chicago like that. They're going to get you on the north side of Philadelphia like that.
Right.
You don't know nobody, you just pop up in the hood.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
A meal right there, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, but if you over there, like, I don't be over there with no jewelry on and nothing like that. But, and once again, I'll be over there repping the brand. So when he bring me around, everybody's Market Europa. That means clothing line. You know what I'm saying? Tiango de Market Europa. That's his clothing line. I hear that. Tiango de Market Europa. That's his clothing line.
Because my buddy, he went to Colombia. He said that's the heaven on earth. He says the best place. But I'm scared of planes, bro. I'm not scared of like crashing and burning. It's like that's the first and only time I've been on the planes when you say
for real?
Yeah. And I wasn't, and that was only 30 minutes.
Being scared don't stop you from dying, it stop you from living. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like claustrophobia. It's like
it is?
Yeah.
I guess I done flown so much that I know exactly what you feel. It almost feels like once you're on that plane and they close that door, you're not in control of nothing no more. I get that. But if that's going to prohibit me from going to the opportunities that I want to present for myself, then,
Right.
No, they said Muhammad Ali didn't like flying planes.
They didn't?
It was like it's been times when they had to like give him a shot to calm him down.
Damn.
Basically drug him up
to
get on the plane. They were like, dude did not like airplanes at all. I heard a bunch of people be like, I do not, but I mean, they be like the first piece of turbulence. I used to be like that too, like, because I've been flying since I was young. When you're young, you don't even think about all that. You just get on the plane, woo-hoo, it's a plane.
Yeah.
You get older, you start, but now, for whatever reason, the turbulence don't make me feel as bad as it used to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like it now. Don't get it wrong. But come on, man. You got to get out here, man.
Yeah, because I ain't
got places you got to go, man. You can't be driving to California.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be driving to Africa or to Medellin, Colombia. They don't got a road to go there. You got to get on a plane, man.
I do, though.
What you do is take you a couple of Tylenol PMs, take you a shot of alcohol, and you're going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And when you wake up, you'll be there.
That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to get my passport. I done missed out on 2 gas trips.
So you're not a passport, bro.
No, I'm not. Nah, I'm domesticated.
It just open up your options.
Yeah.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can get in touch with somebody over here. I can go see somebody about something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got the real ID?
I done had Texas ID for like 4 years, so they was doing that real ID like 4 years ago.
So with that, you don't need a passport?
No, it just, with a real ID is what you need to even fly domestically now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Passport is just to go out the country. You still need a passport no matter what. Whether you got a real ID or not, you still need a passport to go out the country.
Oh, okay.
They got passport cards, though.
Yeah.
You don't got to have a book, but, most people like to get their book stamped.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm going to Paris next month.
Really?
I always wanted to go to Paris. I've never been to Paris. I'm going to the 50 Mary J concert over there.
Ah, what? That'd be amazing, dude.
Yeah. Come on, man. Go get your passport.
To Mary J?
Yeah. Buy you a ticket. Let me tell you, buy you a ticket. Take your ticket and your birth certificate. Make an appointment and drive to Chicago. They'll give it to you the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't going to You ain't going to do nothing.
I'm thinking about it.
You ain't going to do nothing, man.
Paris, how long is that flight?
I think from here, probably like 8.
Mary J. in Paris?
10 to 8.
That's some major shit right there, man.
It's cool. I mean, them people travel over there all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They travel over there. That's where they really get their money at.
Really? Overseas?
Probably.
Have you been to a concert overseas?
I haven't. No, I went to a Spanish concert. That's what I'm saying. I went to a concert in Medellin, Colombia. This dude named, what was dude? Ryan, damn, kind of like a big dude over there too. Ryan Castro. Ryan Castro. Went to a Ryan Castro concert over there. It was cool. It was off the hook.
Yeah.
It was off the hook.
It was all Spanish music?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Colombian, not just Spanish, Colombian. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Spanish is just the religion.
Right. And the language?
And the language. But all of them people, they Brazilians call themselves Brazilians. They call themselves Colombians. They call themselves Argentinian. They call themselves Venezuelan. They don't call themselves Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Spanish is just like you said, the language. It's like English. You know, they got countries. They got other countries. They got countries in Africa where they speak English. Don't mean they don't call themselves English.
You ever see yourself living overseas?
I could for spurts at a time. I could live overseas for 3 months. You know, I would never want to just give up my citizenship to the U.S. because, you know, this is where I make money at.
Yeah.
You know, and even if I didn't, you know, this is home and this is where, you know, my people at and all that. But yeah, could I have a spot somewhere for months at a time? Yeah, that's what I plan to do. That's what I'm working on.
That's what's up, man.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on.
It was good talking to you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Gave a lot of gems. Any message you want to give out?
Just keep grinding.
You didn't give a million.
Just keep grinding, man. So whatever your dreams are, don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Don't let nobody tell you, if I was you, I wouldn't try that. If you have a dream, now prepare. Don't just quit your job or quit your job, period. You don't have to quit your job to chase your dream. You know that, right?
Right.
You don't have to quit your job. So just, you know, focus and just stay at it. That's it. Stay busy, stay grinding, stay hustling, stay focused, stay determined, you know, and don't worry about what people say, you know, and then sometimes you gotta fall back. You gotta disappear for 6 months to a year and really focus and work. Like I said, stay out of everybody else's business and, you know, tend to your own and read more books and gather more information and, you know, stay at it is all I can tell you.
Right, get better every day, man.
Yeah. That's the challenge, being a better person you was, you know, than the day you was before.
BigandLazy.com. Our subscription service. We got an email blast. Keep up to date with all our information. The subscription service, you never miss an episode. We also got merch. It's on Buy Me a Coffee. We get it shipped directly to you. We got hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs. I just bought me a shot glass. There's our subscription service. We appreciate all the love and support. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to stay busy. We're going to end it just like that.
That's right.
This podcast was produced by B. Haywood for Confirmed Podcast Network.